It seems to be the case in many places in Bavaria that you have to have a neat facility. And so we watch a lady wading through the cold water here in Memmingen. Memmingen is called the gateway to the Allgäu region. But this does not mean this gate of the medieval city wall. But Memmingen rightly calls itself the city of dates, towers and gables, and we see that straight away after we drive along the creek inlet and the city wall, which survived the Second World War and the post-war years relatively unscathed.
Tja, die brauchen kein Fliegengitter.
The bell on St. Martin's Tower is striking at 12 o'clock. We will visit the church again at the end of our tour. The heart of Memmingen beats on the market square with its listed colorful houses. The wheelhouse with a painted neo-baroque view of the city stands elongated on the left. A little behind it we admire the mighty geranium-adorned Renaissance town hall. This is followed by the former large guild house, which is now painted red with its curved Renaissance gables. The market fountain is located in the center. The square already had its own fountain when the imperial city was founded. In 1994, a company from Memmingen donated today's neo-baroque market fountain to the city. Today's Woolworth department store on the right corner, which originally consisted of 3 buildings, used to be the inn for the stork's nest. The beginnings of this monastery go back to the 13th century. From 1960, the ground floor was used as a covered pedestrian walkway with hospital arches. In the years 1709 to 1711, the church was redesigned in Baroque style and provided with Weissenbrunner stucco, which was extensively renovated around 2000. In Klatsch Street, a pedestrian zone, there are wonderfully restored, colorful townhouses, such as the Standhartinger Bakery. Here, further down the street, the Schwanen Inn. The elongated building on Salt Street is striking. The former Great Salt Storage Building, built between 1470 and 1474, which gave the city of Memmingen great economic significance. One corner further at the horseshoe-shaped Hallhof stands the mighty 3-story eaves house on the right, the former barn of the brewery. In the back of the quarry we can now see again how powerful the monastery with the former Cruise Heron church is. And then we stand in front of the Freedom Fountain at the wine market. The so-called 12 articles of the Memmingen farmers are immortalized on the fountain. These were the farmers' response to the powerful Swabian League. The almost 5 meters high equestrian statue of Wealth V stands in the Fugger Garden at the horse market, symbol for the numerous possessions of the Guelphs in southern Germany and Italy. On the way to the Church of St. Martin we pass this inn. The pictures refer to the name of the former inn, Bauerntons. On the left the so-called Children's Teaching Church. On the right the mighty parish church of St. Martin. Its tower can be seen from afar and at around 65 meters. It is the tallest building in the city. In the interior there are many frescoes by the Strigel family of artists from the 15th century on the ceilings and walls. The choir stalls, which are over 500 years old, and the high altar, which are among the best late Gothic carvings in southern Germany, are considered the city's greatest art treasure. Opposite the church is the rectory, and in the back of Martin Luther Platz in the castle-like building there are several museums and the Memmingen puppet theater. As already mentioned, several gates, like the Wester Gate here, lead out of the city. As we head into town, we first pass the St. Martin's Fountain before we reach the market square again. In Elmer Street we pass the so-called Paris House, a three-story palace-like building with a hip roof and rococo facade. And then we go out of the city via the richly painted Elmer Gate.